Hey everyone, this is Al already from Abstrakt Music Lab, and today we're gonna do something a little bit different. Today we're gonna start with nothing but a kick and a Midi. We're not gonna recreate a channel as before. Instead of recreating one channel, we're gonna do a lot of channels that sound close to the original reference, but not exactly like the original reference. The reason why I'm doing this is because now I can do this with you without having to meticulously do every little adjustment. And not only this, but now you can see my thought process behind, instead of just going here and saying, do this, do that, do this, and do that. I thought that this could be a lot more helpful to you guys. And because of that, I changed the process. But let me know here in the comment sections below if this helps you a lot more, or if this helps you. Do you prefer the other version as well? If you like the video, you can hit the like button. If you loved it, you can subscribe to the channel. And as usual, if you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee or you can buy my preset pack, both available here in the description and in the top right corner. But now let's get down to business. Let's get started with the sound design. We're gonna have to do probably 1 or 2 basses like this. We're gonna do 1 brass stab as well. And we're possibly doing 1 pluck as well. I'm gonna try to keep it within 15 minutes. So let's get down to the sound design and let's do the presets over here. We're not gonna use anything from the library, but let's get started. So we have this Midi over here. It sounds horrible. It has a little bit of LFO too, just to create a little bit of... And I'm just gonna make this a bit pluckier so you can understand the sound. It sounds like a plucky theme, like the song Hypnotized from Tinlicker. But now we're going to do a bass line with this one. So let's go to Serum. And we're not going to talk about mixing. We're not going to talk about anything. It's just going to be presets today. So 1, 2, 3, and there you go. So let's create the first bass. Let's deactivate the kick. So now, let's do with the shapes. Let's use... Now a filter, A and B. We're not going to listen to anything here. But since this is already a pluck from the beginning, we're just gonna use a cutoff over here. You can see how this brings the sound. If you want to make it tighter, you just go to the filter and add MG Low 24. You can see the difference. It makes it tighter. Drive adds a lot of saturation to the sound. And with saturation comes volume, so we're gonna put this down. And you can see this, whoa, whoa, whoa. This comes from the resonance. A little bit is always good, but you don't have to add it all the way. If you want to make this stereo, you can just use the unison here. You can see how the sound goes to the stereo. If you want to make it a little bit more plucky, you can use the envelope 3, as I've done in a lot of my videos. Let me take the camera off so you can focus here in Ableton. But as I've done in a lot of my videos, just go to the matrix, envelope 3. And then we put it here to 15. I like to put multiples of 15, so 15, 30, 45. Then you go to one of the envelopes, put this all the way down to like 12. And you can see, like, I'm going to intensify this. You can see how it makes it plucky, right? If you want to make this a bit more plucky, you can see the boom, boom, boom that it does to the sound. But now let's make it a little bit tighter. We're going to do here, we have this MG Low 24. What you can do to make it tighter is either you can make this lower, or you can just put the cutoff all the way down, and you can see how this makes the pluck tighter, right? Let's put this back to 15. But I want to intensify a little bit of the mids of this sound. And this first one is going to be a really simple one. Not going to use distortion. Don't be afraid to use EQs. If you want to use the distortion to give an extra character to the sound, you can use a soft clip. Just to give an extra edge to the sound. You can see it gives a little bit of an edge to the sound. If you're still feeling that, but it creates a little bit of crackling, yeah, then add a new filter and add it again. You can just do a new. Again, I like to use the filter always before the EQ, but it depends on what the guy is doing and how you're doing it. And you can always use it. Maybe there's a bit too much. We can make it a bit. You can see with sustain, it kind of sustains the sound, but. So this is the first patch. Let's go to the second patch. Let's initialize this and go to a new bass. And now it's going to be a completely different bass. Let's do a new one. Instead of doing with saws, we're going to do this one with just sines, but we're going to use a lot of FM. It's going to create a different sound. Let's put this one all the way down. You can see the kind of sound that we want. And again, let's do, instead of using the envelope all the way up, well, let's do it with the envelope all the way down. And again, filter. Put it a little bit like this. And open and closing. Well, we can be a bit tighter with this one. Just pay attention, because with the distortion, with the FM, it just creates, as a little adjustment can change the sound completely. So from 50 to 45, you can see that it changes the sound a lot. And what you can do sometimes is use a little bit of automation over here. Sometimes it works, but anyway. I like in 43. Let's go here in the section, in the effects section. Now, distortion. We're gonna distort the sound a lot, because this is going to make the sound really crazy. And now with the filter again, we're just gonna recreate this patch that we want, the bass patch that we want. Maybe a bit less over here. What also changes the sound is the octave of the bass. You can see this. I kind of like this one, so I'm just gonna double this. And we're gonna create this one with one lower. Over here. A bit shorter. We're gonna add a lot of distortion, a bit of drive, make it a bit quieter. And we're gonna also make this a bit if you want to add a little bit of acidness to the sound, you can add the resonance over there. And now this one, it still has a little bit of like a whoa, 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 whoa. I want it a bit tighter. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make this a bit smaller and a bit, maybe even one up. Yeah, I like this one. Distortion, let's use a diode now, just to change it. And one thing that I sometimes use is, sometimes I don't like using the sub that this kind of patch generates, so I just take it off. So you can use it as a mid bass instead of as a bass patch itself. We have this bass. We have this one. We have this one. Let's keep on doing basses. We have 4 more minutes over here. Let's create 2 more basses. Okay, so we're gonna do another one from scratch. And let's use a saw right now, and maybe a sine as well. So again, we want to create a plucky bass, so envelope 1 all the way down. Let's see if I did one thing over here. Oh, this is all the way down, so it doesn't matter. You can see that, just so you can see, I use the FM, but I use the basic shapes all the way down over here. So now this 4th layer, resonance all the way down. I'm just trying to create a new patch over here. Again, I'm gonna take that low end because I don't want to create a really deep bass. It's gonna sound a bit better. And yeah, let's start with this and let's keep it like this. So distortion, let's try a new one. Let's try, well, sine fold is also cool, but this one you have to be really... And now you can see that it completely crushes the sound. So that's why I'm really simple with this one. Now filter, let's go here and make a new filter. You can see that whenever I use distortion and I want to keep this pluckiness, there's always a filter afterwards. So if you don't use distortion, you don't necessarily need to use the filter afterwards, but just some plucks that you can do. Maybe a bit less. Or a bit less over here. A bit. Let's listen to all of them. First one, second, third, fourth. I'm starting to like this 4th one the most, to be honest. I think that it needs a bit more of drive over here. Maybe a bit more mids. But I'm starting to like this one a lot. You can see that we created 4 types. Let's do for the last one. Let's do now one with a basic mini. And let's use a square again. Let's put this -2, this one -2 again. Let's do this as a pluck. Put this all the way down. And let's do it again. We're gonna be a little bit more conservative with this one. Ableton is failing on me. Probably because I'm recording and everything. This one I'm not gonna use distortion. I'm just gonna use a little bit of EQ. Take a little bit of the low end as I did with some of the other ones. Maybe, should we use a little bit of a... Let's use that technique again. So let's pick this one, put it over here. Give a little extra thump to the sound. Master tune. We're gonna put this all the way down. Close to 5, 10. Let's make this more intense. And I'm going to use another filter, even though I'm not using a distortion, just to make this a little bit tighter. So we have the first one, which is a bit stereo. You can have the second one, which is a bit more distorted, a bit different, but also good to compose a character of the sound. The third one, which is really big and fat. Like, I really like this one, especially to create a little bit of the lower end of the sound. We have the fourth one. It's a different kind of tutorial. We have this one doing more of an FM, using this one using the Seinfeld, which is a different kind of distortion, but you can see that always distortion filter. And the third one, a bit more raw. You can see that the resonance is giving a lot of character. Let's put a little bit more mids. I'm just gonna use here an EQ over here, just because I don't have another EQ over there. And there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're really close sounds, but again, we're just trying to create something really close to the original sound from Hypnotize. Not original sound, but we're trying to give you options of how you can do these kind of basses. You can see the Midi over here. It's not that complicated. It's just a little bit of pluckiness. Always play around with the 16th notes over here. So one is 16, one is a 1/8 note, but basically that's what we're playing around with. Let's see it all the way. And they're all the same for all of them. And there you go. I hope this was a little bit more helpful than just creating one patch. This way you can learn a lot more than just one patch. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe. And also leave a comment here in the section below. Let me know what you liked about it, what you don't like, what kinds of sound do you want to recreate, and we can definitely do a lot more sounds like pads, plucks, leads, and a lot of other sounds. And if you have a theme like, oh, let's do sounds like Rufus the Soul, we can definitely do something like this. Okie dokie. Hope you liked the video. If you liked it, hit the like button, and I see you in the next Abstrakt video. Ciao.